Hello, my name is Jalecko, and today we're gonna make a small little game in Pico 8. So, we've got our command screen here, our code editor, and our sprite editor. That's the ones that we're gonna use at least today. So first off, I'd say we make a little bird. We're gonna make a Flappy Bird like game. So, something like this. And then now we're gonna first make his wing, and the other wing here, then maybe like this, and then we fill this up with yellow already, so then we already have a part. And now we're gonna make the bird's little head, which we're gonna do here. Gonna make it a parakeet, or at least that's what they are called in my language. My eyes and some nice little lovely little cheeks. Then here, do this, we fill it up here. And maybe, yes, this, here's some line. And now the underside. Therefore, for that we're gonna do this. And this, and this. And then fill it up. It's easy. Here, give him a small part of his leg, and then we already have a finished bird. But we're also gonna give him a second animation, so we're just going to start here, in the sprite data, and then we put it here. Oh, way too big. And then here we've got his tail, and his head again. And it's just going easy. Just his head, this feather, his beak, and this part. So, and then his cheeks, and then we're just gonna fill it up. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. I love this function. And then we're gonna draw most of the part of his wing, which we're gonna do right here. And then we just go like this. And after we're done with the bird, we are going over immediately to the wing, or I mean the pipe. And we're doing the wing. And this part, like here. So yes, now we have two frames, and that's more than enough for now. And now we're just gonna make a pipe. Gonna make him very shiny. With some, we're just gonna do this as an outline, and then like this. Maybe, yes, I like this. I like that more. like the glow for the outline. Maybe here, then just do this and this. It's just so easy. And then we just fill it all up with green. And then we do it for the second side, the right side. And we do it like so. This part's gonna be a bit less shiny, but I'm gonna give him some shades nonetheless. And then we're just gonna make a mid part, which is going to be the largest part of the pipe. It's gonna be like this. Then we just do this. You can just draw in strokes, like so, for this part. Oops. Nice. Now the left side, just take some shade color, some shadow, also do some shadow here. And then we just fill the rest up with this. Now we're just gonna do the other side, which is going to be looking similar to the upside, but slightly altered colors. So do this. And then we're just gonna fill it up right here. Maybe you're not really that good at art, but I'll link a file with everything in the description to the full game. Maybe you don't want to draw and just want to learn to code, which I can understand. Now we do it like this. Now only for the other side. This doesn't have to be hard. Just do this and then this. It's all coming together. And then we have done all the sprites. Oops. Here. Yeah. Yes. Very nice. These are all the sprites we're gonna need for now. So now I'd say we're gonna start with some nice startup code. So we're gonna make a Flappy Bird game. So I'd say we start with an initialize function, which is done like this. This is a built-in function in Pico 8, and these are all the starting values. We're gonna give him some score values, just a score over when it's game over, which is gonna be false by default. Gravity, which is, I say 0.5, and the timer variable for when the pipes will spawn in the game. So we're gonna do it like 64. And now I'm also going to make a class, which is gonna be the bird. It's only gonna be one. So we're just going to do this. We're gonna give him an x value, which is gonna be 48. A y value, which is gonna be 48. Look, these are all the properties of the bird. These are all the variables that it's holding. I'm gonna give him a width, which is gonna be 16. A height, I'd say something about 10 pixels. H is 10. Always put a comma at the end. And then vertical speed, which we're gonna put like di delta, which is the difference, the d, and y, the vertical difference. So the horizontal, the vertical speed, which is going to be by default 0, and then a boost variable, which is going to be how high will it jump, which is we set to 3. Then we have all the variables for the bird. Now we're gonna make an extra tab with this. Now we're gonna make the draw function and the update function. First start with function update, and with function draw. And we always do end at the end of the function. So we're gonna start off with a simple draw script. We'll just change the background to blue, and blue is number 12 in this program. So we're going to put it like this. Maybe something we can also do already is doing a print function, which is a score, and that's gonna be, this is the x position, and this is the y position, and then we're gonna give him color number 8, just bright red. I love that color. And then we can already see how far we are. So let's run. We have a number and we have blue, which isn't much, but it's something. So I'd say that we're gonna make an extra script for our bird. We're gonna give him his own script over here. I'm gonna give him an update script, which is gonna be right here, and a draw script, which is gonna be up here. So let's start with the draw, with the update function. You can make your own custom functions, by the way, which we are gonna do now. Bird move. You always do this, end and end. We're gonna say at first bird.y is equal to bird.dy. So the y position will change depending on the dy. And we're also gonna say, for safety reasons, so the game won't break, something like this, which is our first if statement now. And this is gonna be when the dy is smaller than 3, then the dy will increase like this. Plus the gravity. This is the gravity value. And you can also do some input already. So, but I think this is enough for now. We're also going to do already a start on our drawing script. So bird draw. And then we're going to say we're going to use both frames, both two. And we're going to say if bird.dy, so the vertical speed is smaller than 10 or equal to 0, and then we're gonna use sprite number 1, which is this one. So number 1, it's here. 1 on what position? Bird.x, comma bird.y. -2, let's say. And then it's going to be 2 cells wide and 2 cells high. So we're gonna put 2, 2 at the end. But if it's not going down, then it's going up. So we're gonna use our second sprite, which is this one. So we're gonna say else sprite is equal to number 3, which is this number over here. So this. So 3. So on the same position, and it's gonna be 2 cells high and 2 cells wide again. And then we're gonna end this function right here. Yeah. This is basically all the draw that we're gonna need to do. We also already can do some input functions, which also aren't really that hard. But maybe I gotta explain the input values that exist here. So if not, game over. So if this is false and button press, which is done like this, and then you can do something. You can do a little trick. You can say Shift U, or maybe you want it like this, or button press. Maybe you want it when it goes on X, so you do Shift X. Or maybe you want it when it goes on Z, then you do not Shift Z, you do Shift O, which are basically all the 6 button constants in Pico 8. And when that happens, then bird.dy is equal to minus bird.boost. Yes, so make sure you have birds in front of every variable in here, otherwise you'll screw up. So let's see what we have right now. Oops, it looks like we have an error. Well, that's just an happy little accident. It's just to keep us sharp. You just had to put 10 at the end of here. So now we run. Oh, we have another error. Line 1, tab 2. Oh wait, I see. We had to put an end right here. So it's the end of this update function. And this is the draw function. Maybe something I also had to point out is that you also had to put it in here. So we can say bird.update, and here bird draw. Always put these at the end. Oh wait, bird.move. So then run. We already have our flying boy. It's flying. I'm using the up key right now. But we don't have any pipes to avoid right now. So we're gonna program those in right now. And this is some advanced programming. So we're gonna use an extra tab. And we're gonna initialize a pipe, which we're gonna do like this. Init our array objects. So you do something like this. And we're gonna have 2 array objects, which are our pipes. And we're gonna have a small hitbox that basically will detect when we go through the pipes. So we have a pipe, which is done like this, and our bar, which we do like this. And then we're gonna put this over here. I have a cold. Okay, so now let's first do our pipe object. So we do add pipe like this, and we give him an x value like this and a y value like this, and then we're gonna put it as an array, and we're gonna have pipe, and he's gonna have these values. He's gonna have an x value which is equal to the spot to this x that we have pointed out right here, and a y value which is like this. We're also going to give him a width which will be equal to 16, and a height which will be 96. We're going to use them for both at the bottom and at the upper side. And then we're also going to give him a speed, but first let's put these commas right here. A speed value which is going to be -2, because they're going to the left. But now we're going to do some wizardry. We give him a update variable which will be equal to a function. In this function we're going to point out is for himself, so like this. So if not game over, so like this, then we'll say self dot x plus equals self dot spd. If, and we also want to delete the pipe when it goes off screen, so we'll say if self dot x is smaller than -16, then we will delete it from our array, which is done like this. It's for in an array of pipe, and we're gonna point it to himself. And then we already have our update function, but we also want something else, and that is our draw function. And that's gonna be like this. Draw equals function self, and we draw, and we're gonna do some wizardry with the drawing, but don't worry, it's not gonna be hard. So we can say SPR, it's gonna be SPR 5 right here, 5, and then we'll say self dot x comma self dot y, and then we're gonna make him 2 cells wide and 1 cell high, so like this. And then we'll also do a for loop, which is also probably new for you all, and we're gonna repeat it like 9 or 10 times, so like this. It's not hard, it's just everything in here will be done like 9 or 10 times. So sprite 21 comma self dot x comma self dot y plus 8, because it's going down 8 pixels, which is basically 1 cell, and then times the y, which is basically how many times it already happened in this loop. So times, and that we're gonna do times 8, and then we're gonna make we're basically gonna draw this part like 8 or 9 or 10 times. So it's gonna be a cell width of 2 by 1. And at the end we just basically can copy this, change the value to 37, which because we're gonna take the bottom parts. So 37 self.x self.y, but the y plus 88, and then just again 2 cells wide, 1 cell high. And then we already have our finished pipe script. But we also want the pipe to move in the game, so here. So we want it to update. So we're gonna say for B in oopsie, I use a cap. B in all pipe do B update. This is enough for now, and we're also going to do that in the draw script. So it's basically very similar to this. It's not that hard. Draw, because we're using its draw function value, which is this. Then we can also already test it by putting a pipe in our room. So on this position we say add pipe on 128, so at the right side of the screen, and on position 0 or 64. I'd say yes. Run. Yes, we got our own pipe over here, and it's already deleted because it's at the left side of the screen. So we're gonna comment this out, and we're gonna make the pipe spawn by themselves, which is gonna be the next thing. And for that we're gonna use our timer value, which we declared already. So the timer will always go down -1, so we say -1. And when the timer is smaller than or equal to 0, and the game isn't over yet, so this, then we're gonna do a lot of things. First we declare a local value, which is basically gonna be the height difference, because we want some little variation. It's always fun to have. I'm gonna call it HT, and it's equal to a random value, which we say 64. So now we're gonna add 2 pipes on these places, just at the right side, at the far right of the screen, and then on these y values. So HT -80 and HT +50, and also the timer is going to be set again to a random, to a semi-random position. So 40 plus random 16, we'll say. So now every time there will spawn a pipe again now. So let's see. Oops, looks like we did something wrong. It's a happy little mistake. Fix like that. Run. Hey, there's a pipe, there's a pipe. It's all coming together. But now we also want it to but now we also want some collision with pipes, right? So we're gonna make a small collision script. It's not gonna be hard, maybe a little bit, and it's gonna be used across the whole game. So we're gonna say function hit, and we're gonna ask for an x value of an object, a y value of one object, a width of one object, an h of an object, and the object it's colliding with. So for example, e x comma it's e y. We're also going to ask all of the position and width and height of the other object it's colliding with, and e width, and at the last e height. These are all the values it's asking when you want to use it. So if our x, in this case, plus the given width is greater than the others, x, and our x is smaller than this, plus this, and also this is basically a very complicated part, but yes, it's kind of hard to explain what I'm doing here right now. So now I'm doing the vertical collision. See if it's all according. Yes. So then we do then. Then we're gonna return a true from our function. Return true. And else it's gonna be simply return false. Let's just see if it's all good. Yes. Yes. I've got a reference on my second screen, so you know. But now we actually want to use that. We want to use that hit function. So that's also not gonna be hard. We put it here in the p dot update next to it. We say if hit, and then with these variables, bird dot x, comma bird dot y, comma bird dot w, comma bird dot h, comma, now you're gonna use the pipe, so it's gonna be not that long. So p dot x, comma p dot y, comma p dot w, comma p dot h. I might have screwed up over here, but let's just roll with it. And then when that has happened, when this hit has occurred, then over is true. So when this has happened, it also seems appropriate. We also say if over and you press on button X, so shift X, then we're basically gonna restart the whole game. So we basically are calling this function. So let's see how it's already coming together. Run. Ooh. Oh. Let's see. Oh yes, here. We forgot an underscore. Run. Yeah. And now I'm not able to fly anymore. This is nice. Alright. So we also want to have some scores, right? So then we're going to our classes, and we also have this bar, and we're gonna use that one. So we say at bar, and we're gonna give him, we don't give him extra variables, it's not necessary. We just say function at bar. It doesn't really need an X and a Y. So let's give him his own table. So it's going to be called bar, just like here. And then its variables. Oopsie. Yes, nice. His X will always be at the beginning 128, and its Y will always be equal to 0. But maybe what you didn't see is that it didn't put the commas here, which I really should have done. Its width is gonna be equal to 8. And its height is gonna be equal to the height of the screen. And basically the screen is always 128 by 128. So it's gonna be 128. And then we're also gonna give him a speed, which is the same as the pipes. So it's gonna be -2. And then we're gonna give an update function. Update is equal to function self so if not over X also then self dot x plus equals self dot speed. Oh, never forget the selves in these scripts. They're really important. You might get an error. Maybe something never happens. Maybe just nothing happens. It's just really annoying. But we also have it. But we can also draw it just for debug purposes now. So we're gonna say draw equals function self and delete a rectangle we're gonna draw. And it's gonna be on self.x, self.y, self.x plus self.w, self.y plus self.h. This isn't going to be used in the final product, but I think it's still appropriate to do it. But now we also want to update this bar, so we're gonna make another function for b in all bar do this b double update brackets. So it's kind of similar to this, but so we're gonna just copy it over here. Just bird.x, bird.y, bird.w, bird.h, but these are gonna be changed to b for the bar, so we know what we are actually talking about. And then when that happens, then our score is gonna be plus equals 1. And we also want to delete the bar, otherwise we're gonna get points forever. So we say bar comma b, and we're deleting it. Alright, but we also want to spawn those bars, which we are gonna do right here at bar. We just do this, so it's gonna be just exact on these places. But maybe it's also handy to have it draw for now, so just gonna copy this and put it here. Just say b bar and b draw. Yes. So let's see how it's working. Look, you can see that it's, oops, we got hit. Maybe try runtime again. Yeah, it's working. It's all working. Maybe we just put it a bit to the sides, like so. Let's see how that looks. Now it's just a lot of debugging. Look, now it's kind of in the middle, and it's looking way better. So now I don't think there's much to do, and except drawing some stuff. So when it's game over, we do this. If over, then and print press X to restart on 32,120 or something, 110, and then in color number 8, so it's gonna be bright red. Let's see. Yes, you can just play it, and when we get hit, it asks us to restart by pressing on the X button. When I press it, it works. So I hope you've learned something today, and if you can't figure out something, I will put it on the BBS. So we're gonna just, so maybe if you never used this program, I'm also gonna learn you how to save. So you do something like this: save bird. You're just gonna birdie, and then it's gonna be saved. But I also want to show you how to, maybe if you can't figure out what I've done here, it's all wizardry. So then you can go to the Explorer, and then you search for my name. Then you'll see my older project and this. It's basically a reference that I've used, and it's basically just the same thing, but the red things on draw. So yeah, if you can't figure it out, look at this, but I still gotta look. We can also load it by doing this: load birdie, and then we have our code back, and we can comment our draw function for the bars out, so here, with 2 stripes. So now we're just gonna have our current project, and you'll see it doesn't have the ugly red bars. So I hope you've learned something, and happy game making.